Okay, another quick vid for the Stretton Payne custom shop. And in this one we've got the Gibson Melody Maker. This one was made in the USA 2011. And these are a simple, no-nonsense guitar. It was made for the Gibson budget range, but it's an American made and it's got all the quality down the neck. So, I say simple, no-nonsense. One pickup, one volume control, you plug in there and away you go. It's as simple as that. Now, when this came into us, it wasn't quite looking so pretty around here. It didn't have any strings. But the frets, it looks like it's hardly been played. There's really no wear on the frets here. So what do we do to it in the custom shop? First of all, we strip it down. We take out the electrics, we took this off, and we check the wiring inside. Now the good thing with Gibson, especially USA made stuff, their wiring is really solid. It's really good, so it's kind of covered wires into there, so we check that out, that was fine. Then we start to, once this is off, no strings, then we get down to polishing the guitar. And for this we use industrial kind of round polish machine. So it goes onto our workbench and we get it all polished up. Then we have a look at the neck. And on the neck here we've got good polished frets. So we go down the neck, moisturise the wood, polish the frets up so it's a good plain surface. So we've made it look a bit prettier. We covered it around here with a buff machine. We'd got any little marks out. On the back, this particular one, it's been sanded, shaved down, which is kind of nice because you get to see the wood underneath. It's a good piece of wood to the guitar there. So then we come to putting it back together, the assembly, and giving it a pro setup. So once we check the electrics, once we buff down the guitar, we put it back together, and then we look at setting it up with the bridge. Now this is an odd one, it's a tune-o-matic bridge, but you string from through there, it comes round over the top and tied on at the headstock. So the first thing is we look at the bow of the neck. Now the bow of the neck is like so, and it needs to have a little bow on the neck so that when you play the strings they've got room to vibrate. And we can adjust that with the truss rod, which is in the top there. So what I do is make sure that there's just a little bow, but it's about as flat as it can be. Then, once we get the strings onto this, we put them on and we adjust the action height of the guitar strings by these screws, these pole piece screws here. So, on the fine tuning, the fine setup, we screw these in so that the strings are close to the frets, but they're not too close that they'll buzz. So every single note's going to play, and we start checking it out. So we check that for every single note. Now, then we look at the intonation of the instrument, and the intonation is how the strings play on each note, so whether each note is true, and what you need it to be when it's E played open like so. You also want it to be E when you're playing on the 12th fret, and you can adjust that by the length of the string. So if you play E open and then you touch it down on the 12th, if it's too high, the string, this portion of the string is too short and you need to pull it back a bit. And we can do that with these little grommets. So this is a little grommet there, and by screwing that in, it's going to pull the length of the string back, or by screwing it out, it's going to pull it back forwards. So we can make sure we've got the intonation set correctly of the guitar, so all of the notes play. Now on this one, I've used a set of 11s, Rotosound 11s, and the reason for that, they're good chunky strings. Because there's no Floyd Rose or tremolo messing around, it can take a good set of heavy strings and it's going to stay in perfect tune. So then we look at this, making sure every note's perfectly played. It's all good and tidy up the top. We've been around for the setup, we've polished the frets, and then we put it in the amp and make sure the pickup sounds good. And trust me, it is sweet. It is sweet. Like I said before, it's just got this Gibson humbucker and one volume control. We changed the original one because there's a bit plastic and pathetic, the original ones on there. So we've got this nice chrome one which matches it, and well, it just kind of looks cool. So there we go. This is a USA made Gibson Melody Maker guitar, refurbished, set up, polished, and ready for sale in the Stretton Payne custom shop.